Welcome in, everybody. Glad you're with us. MLB The Show brings you the National League Championship Series. The Atlanta Braves taking on the Los Angeles Dodgers. John Shambi, Chris Singleton with you. And Singy, there's been a lot to talk about all. So just about set. And our pitcher tonight, Tyler Glasnow. What's the scouting report on him?
Four-pitch guy. He's got some options to work with in terms of keeping hitters off balance. So we'll see how he decides to utilize those weapons through this start here, and whether or not he's able to mix them all in early, or if he wants to hold something back a little bit later, maybe second, third time through the order, and give them something they haven't seen. It's tough when you know a guy's got that in his back pocket. As a hitter, you really have to stay on your toes.
That one is inside ball 4, and I mean, oh, so close. Ozzie Albies stands in now and watches strike 1.
Albies is playing on the road, so you know that means he's been FaceTiming with his pet fish. This guy owns a few home aquariums, and it's no secret.
Throw when it gets away.
He kind of rolled over on this pitch a little bit, but he got enough behind it to shoot it through for a knock, and we'll take that anytime you can get him to find a hole.
Austin Riley in the box now. Takes strike 1. And a strike in there.
Quickly down 0-2 in the count. I think you got to check up a little.
Swings through it, and that's a strikeout.
Just blown away in that at bat. 3 fastballs, all strikes. He wasn't even able to foul one off. There's not much you can take away from an at bat like that as a hitter, other than maybe there's something wrong with your eyes. Got to have better timing on the fastball next time.
Matt Olson in the box now. Takes strike 1. Runners at first and second with 1 gone here in Game 4. This to center field. And Olsen is set down. Runner tags at second, and he moves up a base. So 2 away with runners at the corners. Here's Brian Snitker's lineup for the Braves. They're dealing with a top-level arm on the mound, so this figures to be a tough matchup for them. What's the key to the offense today, Singy?
Well, Boog, I think when you get a guy that's this talented on the mound, you got to find ways to disrupt his rhythm, make him uncomfortable a little bit. The guys that can handle the bat, perhaps bunt for a base hit.
Got him. Huge strikeout there. We go to the bottom of the first. Here's Mookie Betts. One of my favorite stats all time, 1997, the Hall of Famer Craig Biggio played in all 162 games for the Astros on AstroTurf, and he never hit into a double play. Freddie Freeman up to the dish. And a foul ball. Morton, multi-time All-Star. He throws a slurve, a four-seamer, a changeup, a cutter, and he works in a sinker. A dive, he's got it. To his knee, the throw behind the runner. They've got him doubled off. The batter now will be Will Smith. Bounce to the left side. Fires across the diamond, and they get the out on. And welcome back to the ballpark. All set for the start of the inning. Now here is Michael Harris. The drama always heightened in the postseason, and it leads to some really special moments. In the air, left field. Makes the grab, and there's one away. So here's Murphy now. Gets him to chase after that one.
Well, one special postseason memory for me, Boog, was facing Pedro Martinez, Game 5 of the ALDS in Oakland. And, man, hit a double off the wall. Great feeling for a guy who would eventually go into the Hall of Fame.
Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout.
Man, there was no deviating from the fastball right there. He just kept coming after him with it. Here it is. Hit it if you can. He just couldn't find a way to put it in play.
Jared Kelman in the box now. No balls and a strike. And a swing and a miss. And that's that. Braves go down quick. back here at Chavez Ravine. Bottom of the second, here come the Dodgers. No score. Muncy digs in. That one is absolutely belted. And it one-hops the wall. Makes the turn and heads for second. And he's into scoring position with a leadoff double. Maybe a chance for our first run here. James Outman now at the plate. And that one fouled off. Runner in scoring position, nobody out. Here in Game 4 of the National League Championship Series. That smash towards center. Harris makes the catch. Runner tags at second, and he's in safely at third with one out. And now Teoscar Hernandez. First pitch swinging.
Now that's that slurve right there. He threw it extremely well. Talk about just a ton of breaks. So tough to get that barrel to.
Ground ball left side. Riley fires to first, and the first run of the game comes across. Here comes Chris Taylor.
So important to really lock in on an at-bat like this. It seems easy with the infield back, but you've got to make sure you put the ball in play. Put it on the ground, brought that run in.
2 outs. And it's 1-1. Just missed. 2 down, bases empty, but 1 run across. Bottom half of inning number 2. Hit in the air, center field. Harris has a beat on it. And that is that. And we're back. Here's Orlando Arcia. Glass now. Back to work. Inside, just missed.
We're watching a former Rays pitcher today in Glasnow. He had plenty of good years in Tampa Bay before being traded. He's not the first pitcher with dominant stuff the Rays have dealt. Blake Snell, David Price, and James Shields definitely come to mind, Boo.
That just missed. He walked him on 4 pitches.
Well, he tried to nibble right there and just missed his spot. Hitter didn't offer at it. Now he has somebody to worry about over at first.
Turned on, but that's foul down the third baseline. Arcia aboard here at first with nobody out. Lifted in the air, right center field. He's under it. Pulls it down, and he makes the catch. And there's 1 down. Here is Ozzie Albies up to hit. In there at the knees.
Man, I mean, nice job just presenting it to be better than it actually was.
Worm burner into the outfield for a knock. They fired in quickly, so it's first and second with only 1 away.
Everything came together for him. I really like that swing, man. He didn't just push it the other way through the infield. He drove it that way, and it kind of makes me think he was thinking opposite field as he stepped into the box. Got a pitch he liked, and he got it done.
Runners at first and second with 1 gone. And that's through there for a strike.
Hitter's got some good opposite field power. What I like about something being hit to the right side into the outfield is that the base runner at second has a very good read and can determine whether or not he can score on that base hit.
Battling here as he fouls it away. In there, sets him down on strikes. And a big sigh of relief from the mound with that called 3rd strike.
Well, just couldn't pull the trigger on the fastball right there, and I don't think he was taking it, thinking it might be a called ball or anything. I just think he was flat out frozen. Did not expect that location, in my opinion.
Right side, hard hit. Throws to first in time, and that is that. As we go to the last of the 3rd. Now it's the right fielder, Jason Hayward. Into center. Harris hauls it in, and there's 1 away. And now it's Gavin Lux. And first offering is fouled off. 1 out, bases empty. There's a swing and a drive. Harris racing after it. Can't get there, and now maybe extra bases. Not stopping. He's going for 3. Caught in a rundown now. The tag. Ow! And now it's Mookie Betts. 1 for 1. He led off the bottom of the first with a single. In the air out towards right center. Acuna has it sized up. Drops into the glove. That is the inning. 4th game of the NLCS. Here's Marcell Ozuna. That one fouled off. Ozuna, a former Gold Glove winner, 33 years old, and he's usually in the outfield. Today, he's the DH. Next one misses, and that's ball 1.
You know, people don't realize how far the jog is from the dugout to the outfield position. And if you're playing in Oakland, man, it's a country mile to get out there. So for him to be able to be the DH today, that is really a nice day off.
Glass now, ready and deals. Fouled off again, and it remains 3-2. Ground ball, Freddie Freeman. And he handles it himself for the out.
Fastball grew right down the middle. Usually a lot of damage done with that pitch. A hard grounder, but he wanted to get that ball in the air, maybe drive it into the gap.
Fought off foul. Deal 1. High in the air, out to right. Hayward settles under this one. Out number 2. Here's Sean Murphy. He struck out swinging in his first at bat. Breaking ball inside. And that is ball 1. Ripped to third. Gathers and throws to first. And that is back here in L.A. Here comes Freddie Freeman up to hit. A wind in the pitch. Liner to second and picked on the hop. Sends it to first, and Freeman is retired. And up to the plate is Will Smith. Grounded out his first time. And there's a base hit to left. So they get a man aboard with a 1-out single.
I'm sure he feels really good about that one. Got the top of the ball a little bit, but not much. That was hit pretty hard through the infield, so I think he'll be happy with that swing. Definitely generated some good bat speed.
Muncy in the box now as he looks at ball 1. Second plate appearance of the day for him. Foul back our way, and that's out of play. Off the mark there, and the count 2-1.
Looks like he's being a little cautious with him in this at bat after doubling the first time up. Doesn't want to make another mistake.
Smith stands at first with 1 out. And there's a foul ball. Got him swinging. James Outman steps to the plate for the Dodgers. 0 for 1 so far. Right through there for a strike. The kick and the pitch. Runner goes up the middle. Arcia whips it to first. That ends the frame. New inning getting started. Here's Jared Kelenic. The pitch. That's a little bit low.
You know, these Braves finding ways to get on base, but they still need help driving them home. They've had their chances with runners in scoring position, but nobody's been able to deliver a big hit in those situations.
Swing and a miss. 2-1 now.
And you got to give some credit to the other side as well. They've been able to get out of a few tough jams, but frustration is mounting for this offense, no doubt.
And there's the strike. That one back up the middle, and it gets through. So a man on base to start the inning. Now in for the Braves, Orlando Arcia. Fastball for a strike. This one in the air. Freeman under it. He's got it. And there's one away. Back to the top of the lineup. Digging in, Ronald Acuna Jr. And that one fouled off. Glass now back to work. The 0-1. That one ripped. That's a base hit. Quick throw back in. Lead runner holds at second with one gone. Ozzie Albies up to the plate. On the ground, could be two. He's safe at third, and the tying run is 90 feet away. One down. Here's Austin Riley. That one finds the zone. That's strike one.
At the dish, looking to lift the ball in the air in this spot.
Swung on, popped up on the infield. And the infield fly rule call. Here's Matt Olson. Bounding ball here, rolls foul. Kelnick at third. Acuna over at second. Albies on at first with two down. And that's off the inside edge. And it's 1-2. And a swing and a miss. Third out, and that ends the frame.
Sometimes he wears the emotion on the sleeve, but that's okay as long as he's getting results. And right there, thrilled with the punch out to get out of a jam.
Back here at Dodger Stadium, here's Teoscar Hernandez. As he turns on the rubber, and with that good live arm delivers. Swing and a miss. And that's strike one.
0-1's the count.
Line drive, base hit. And the postseason success continues for him. Here comes Chris Taylor. He's 0 for 1. This one in the air. Gets under it. Hauls it in, and there's one away.
Well, that's a frustrating end to the at-bat for the hitter right there. I mean, that pitch was right down the middle. I think he got a little too excited, came out of his mechanics. Instead of driving that ball somewhere, he popped it up. Unfortunate for him.
Arcia snags it, and there's two away. Here's the second baseman, Gavin Lux. Runner on the go. And first offering is fouled off. Runner goes again. Swing and a miss. And that's a stolen base, not even close.
Well, with that kind of elite arm he has behind the plate, man, it's a pretty big deal when you can swipe a bag against this dude. Maybe more than anything, it prevents teams from just testing him.
Runner on the move again. There's the ball. Throw to third. Out. And that will end the inning. Back here at Chavez Ravine, top of the 6th inning. Now it's the DH, Marcell Ozuna. Wouldn't chase that time.
Home plate umpires trying to tighten things up a little bit.
Swing and a miss.
He got away with one there, but he knows he can't go into that spot very often against a guy like this.
Puts it in the air out towards left center. He's under it. Makes the grab, one down. And now the center fielder, Michael Harris. Good eye right there. And a swing and a miss there.
It really looks like these hitters have been in between with their timing today. Good fastball, excellent.
Oh, what a stop from his knees. The throw. Save.
Wow, he did everything he could on that play with the throw from his knee, but The hustle down the line was enough to earn him the infield knock, and that's a great baseball play all the way around.
Murphy up to bat next. Lays off for a ball. Lifted in the air out to left. Puts it away for the out. Jared Kellner next up for the Braves. Runner takes off. Pitch in for a strike. Safe at second, and he easily steals the bag.
Well, it really doesn't matter what the situation is. When a guy like this gets on first, you know he's going to steal second at some point during the at-bat. Nice job to get in the scoring position. The defense probably knew it was coming, but they just couldn't do anything to stop it.
Hard grounder into the outfield for a knock. Runner around third on his way to the plate. He comes across to score. The Braves tie it up. It's 1-1. In there. He's safe. Orlando Arcia digs in now. First pitch, and that's in for a strike. Go-ahead run at second, and we're the top half of the sixth. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. But a run will score in the inning on this RBI double. All even at one apiece. This is the bottom of the sixth. And at the plate for the Dodgers, Gavin Lux. First pitch misses.
You know, these Dodgers definitely being aggressive at the plate, but I think it's fair to wonder if they're being a little over-aggressive. One thing that stands out looking over the numbers is the amount of outs they have on the first pitch of the at-bat. They've given away too many at-bats with easy outs.
Here's Mookie to hit. And he swings and misses, and it's 0-1.
0-1's the count.
Swings and blasts one deep to left center. That's down. One hops off the wall. And he's into second base with one away as the go-ahead run. Well, Singy, he is locked in there.
Well, he's really slowed the game down, and it's like he's moving in full speed and everybody is a step or two behind. The way that he squared up that baseball tells me that he is seeing it like a beach ball.
Freddie Freeman will hit next. Freeman hits it in the air. And Acuna able to make the grab. Runner tags at second. He thought about it, but instead returns to second. And next for L.A., Will Smith, 1 for 2. On the ground to third. Slings it across, and they get the out on Smith. And that is the inning. So the Dodgers leave one, still tied. And welcome back. So the Dodgers have a new arm on the mound. Brusdar Graterol. In the air, right side. Hayward grabs it on the run.
His defense is better than a lot of people think. He's a big guy, but very athletic, moves well, and that was a very nice play going back to get it out late in this ball game.
Swung on, belted. That's back. Pulls it in on the warning track.
That's just a really nice catch on the run right there. He saved extra bases for sure. If the pitcher's his friend, he'll give him a second to catch his breath before he's ready to deal the next pitch.
Riley stands in with 2 away as he takes a ball. That's inside.
When you get ahead in the count, there's no doubt that the success rate goes up, and that's what he's been doing. It's made a big impact for him in recent games.
High fly ball, right field. Hayward makes the catch, and that is that. And we're back, ready to go for the last half of the inning. Now it's the Dodger cleanup hitter, Max Muncy. Hit on the ground to the right side. Gets to it with a slide. Fires to first. It's there, and that's a great play. James Outman steps to the plate for the Dodgers. Foul ball there. All tied up late here in game 4. Hard grounder into the outfield for a knock.
He was all over that one. Just a simple ground ball the other way that had eyes on it, man. Sometimes that's all you need to do. Just let the ball travel, put the ball in play, and just hope it finds a hole. And now a chance to maybe get creative on offense with good speed on first.
The pitch. Swing and a miss. Looked off balance that time.
With 2 strikes, may see some movement over there at first base, trying to stay out of the double play right here.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out.
It's a good breaking ball there, just off the corner where you can't really do much damage, but it's close enough to where you've got to protect, and he just couldn't find a way to fight it all.
Chris Taylor down. And a swing and a miss.
Pretty amazing, his first pitch strike percentage, over 90%. You know you're getting something in the zone first pitch. So if you're a hitter, you got to be.
Here goes the runner. Pitch way inside. Safe at second, and that was not close.
When you're trying to swat the bag against an elite level arm behind the plate like this guy, you better get a great jump and hope that your speed.
Runner goes again. That one out to right. Under it is Acuna to make the grab. And that is back here in L.A. We go to the 8th. Now the Atlanta cleanup hitter, Matt Olson.
Late in the game, everyone gets a little tighter. A way to get ahead on a really good hitter right there.
Swing and a miss. And the count 1-2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Bounce to the right side, and it's through for a hit. So the go-ahead run is on base with a knock. Marcell Ozuna next up for the Braves. That one missed. Sliced hard but foul. The pitch. And the count 1-2. The go-ahead run aboard at first. Nobody out. And another ball. Fastball. He gets out of the way.
On this count, runner not known for his speed, but I think you got to put him in motion.
And down on strikes he goes. 1 away. And now Michael Harris. 1 for 3. That one's in there, and it's 0-1. That's through there for a strike.
Well, we call that keyhole. Even though it's right there and looks pretty good, if he doesn't love it, he's not going to swing that early in the count.
Righty delivers. On the ground to the left. Muncy. Off-balance feed. There's one. Not in time at first. It's a fielder's choice.
That's a huge defensive play in the late stages of the game. It might not be the most challenging we've seen today, but it needed to be made. That's helping your team.
There's a 1-1. Good eye in that spot.
Definitely got the hitter conscious of the pitch inside. Really think the outer half is open.
Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. Swing and a miss, and he got him. Out number 3. Back now, new pitcher on the mound as we roll into the bottom of the 8th, A.J. Minter.
And they felt it was time to bring on a left-handed reliever from the pen with the lefty hitter coming up. I think it's a good move. I know I never liked when opposing teams did that to me.
And a quick out number 1. And up next for Los Angeles, Gavin Lux. This one chopped on the ground, but foul. Oh, 1 down. Right side, and it goes just foul. Here's the 0-2. Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout.
He's really good hitting the baseball the other way, so credit the pitcher for having him out in front of that pitch. Clearly, he had him fooled.
And a foul ball. 2 outs, base is empty. Hit hard on the ground is short. Throw on to Olsen, and Betts is gone. Back here at Chavez Ravine. We go to the 9th. Now the left fielder, Jared Kellner. Swings through that one for strike 1.
Nope.
Just misses there.
That's when you always want as a pitcher, down at the knees, and it looked to me like he's barking. That's a strike. Doesn't change the call, but sometimes it helps to let that frustration out a little bit.
On the ground, right side. Tosses to first, and the leadoff man retired here in the 9th. Orlando Arcia, the next to hit, and that one fouled off. Base is empty, 1 away here at the top of the 9th. That's to third. Zips it to first, and that quickly 2 away. So the batting order turns over, and now it's Ronald. And there's a rocket into the outfield. Around first and hustling for second. In with a double, and the go-ahead runs at second with 2 out. Go-ahead run on base, Ozzie Albies. Next up for the Braves. And the first pitch misses for ball 1. Inside, just missed. Man on second, 2 down. Sneaks through, base hit. The throw in, but it's offline. He will score.
Well done. Drives in the run. Really good swing right there. He got a pitch that he knew he could handle, allowed himself to stay back just a tad bit longer, and he hit the ball on the screws.
1-run game here in the top of the 9th. And now the count is even. Wouldn't chase that time.
He's getting a little frustrated out there on the mound, getting hit around a little bit. Let's see if he can settle himself down.
They get the force, and the inning is over. But the RBI single pushes across a run. And it's now a 2-1 ball game. You're watching the National League Championship Series on the show. Back now as they hand the ball to a fresh arm to start the bottom of the 9th. Raisel Iglesias.
I think closer has to be one of the toughest jobs in baseball. We see a pretty high turnover rate because of it. Every outing seems to be high pressure, this one included. We'll see if he can wrap up the win and get himself a save.
He's 2 outs away. And here's the catcher, Will Smith. On the ground. Riley fires to first. Now only 1 out remaining. Max Muncy at the dish. And fouled off. Left-hand hitter waits. Ball 1 there. Bases. Kelnick with a quick throw back in as the tying run is forced to stop at second.
Love how he let that ball travel, trusted his hands. Nice job of going the other way.
Popped up to the left into foul ground. He's got it. Ball game. And the Braves strand the tying run on base to win.
Well, you can tell these players feel great and also relieved to even up the series. There's so much on the line. You worked so hard to get here. I wouldn't be surprised if we see a Game 7 in this series.
Not a ton of offense to chat about as we look at the final numbers, but this was a good one.
Yeah, it was a low-scoring game, Boog, but sometimes those can be the best, especially this time of year.
And your final score here today, 2-1. For Chris Singleton and our entire crew here at MLB The Show, thanks for stopping by. I'm John Shambi. Talk to you soon.
The